Hey, it's Ashley and I'm back with another haircut tutorial. Today we're going to be doing a number 3 guard on the sides, blended into the top, and shear cut on top. I'm beginning with my number 3 clipper guard closed, and I'm going to go in and start going right above the temple. I like to start on the left side so that I can go to the other side and then work my way back to where my clipper guards are with my guard open. So as you can see, I'm going to go on the other side and I'm going to do that 3 closed and going right above the temple and just blending towards the back of the head. And you can kind of tell if you need to drop this fade or not if you're a little bit more advanced of a barber. So I'm just going to kind of lightly dip the back of the head with a 3, not too much, and I'm going in and making sure I'm removing all that bulk and cutting everything down to that number 3 guard. You definitely want to pass a few times so that you can make sure your clippers are grabbing and picking up all of the hair. So after I get those sides cleaned up, I'm going to work my way and kind of take the back of the neck and clean all of the hair with that number 3 guard, just kind of making sure that I'm removing all the bulk and then cutting it down. So I'll probably do the same thing on the other side, just making sure that I'm going in and blending everything really nice. I can go in and open that 3 once I have everything cut down to a 3.5 so that I can make sure that I am blending really nice and setting myself up for success when I go in with my shears. So since I had a 3 guard, I really don't need to blend any more with my clippers because I can reach my shears with that 3 with my comb and my fingers if I need to. So I'm going to begin my trimmer work because I like to do my dry work before I start with any wet work. So I'm going in and I am just cleaning up the sideburns really nice and tight. You can always make sure if you notice your client's sideburns aren't, really specific somewhere, if they like it shorter or higher. And then I'm just going around the ear in that C shape using the end of my trimmers, making sure that I am cleaning everything up really nice. I will use my comb to kind of brush that hair to the natural hairline, and then I'll go in and trim it up really nice. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and I will show you that in a little bit more detail. So you can see I'm taking my time. This is real time. I'm not speeding this video up any. I'm going in and I am making sure that everything is really nice and detailed. On a number 3 guard, it is leaving hair a little bit longer, so you definitely want to make sure that you are cleaning up the hairline, noticing if it needs to be tapered, and also just making sure you're getting any flyaways. I don't want to take this neckline in too much because this is a longer guard. So we're going to leave things a lot more natural, and that's why I'm spending more time cleaning it all up. So to begin on the other side with my trimmers, I'm going to go in and start blending in that sideburn a little bit. So just tapering it down to nothing from that 3. And then going in and cleaning up around the ear. I'm pulling the ear down and making sure that I am getting everything really nice and tight. So you can see I'm not going crazy above the ear, but I definitely don't want any hair sitting on the ear. So I'm going to pull that hair down with my comb, making sure that everything from that 3 is coming out to meet the natural hairline, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. This will give a little bit of a natural taper to it without me really having to go in and do any tapering with my clipper guards. So I'm going to check the ear hairs, and then we're going to move on to the back of the neck. So I'm going in and just lining it up from the natural neckline, and just dusting it off, cleaning it up, making sure I can see my area. I definitely don't want to work in an area that is full of hair. So once I have that done, I'm just going to double check that sideburn and clean up his natural hairline on the front end. So just kind of pushed everything out with my comb and then going in and tapering it off. So once I have everything nice and cleaned up, I am going to clean up the back of my client's neck underneath the cape before brushing off all of this loose hair and wetting the top for my scissor work. So I'm going to go ahead and dust my client off. I really don't like to have any of that dry hair still around whenever I am doing any of the wet work with my scissors because it just kind of gets messy and sticky with the water. So I'll clean him off, dust his neck and ears, and then I'm going in with my water. And I don't like to really drench my client. I definitely want to have them damp and still be able to be a little bit dry because I want to see kind of how it naturally wants to sit. So I am going in and I am brushing the hair a little bit towards the back, and then I am pulling my comb at an angle and I am cutting my hair with my shear over comb from that clipper guard number 3. So I'm just taking anything that kind of falls into that corner and I'm cutting it off. And then I am just rounding off this corner of the head, making sure that everything blends in really nice. And you can kind of see it just kind of melt in together. So once I have that blended with my shear over comb, I am going to go in with my hands and start working that hair at a 45-degree angle and just making sure that I am blending everything really nice and clean together. So cutting off any corners, and then this is me double checking. I'm going in and kind of parallel checking with that head shape, just making sure that everything is nice and blended, and you can see it just melts right in together and sits really nice and well. There's no heavy weight anywhere. And now I'm going to work on the back. So going in at that angle, again, I am meeting my comb with my number 3 guard, and then I am pulling everything out and kind of cutting it that doesn't fall in. I am not tilting my comb in towards the head. I am pulling away from the head because I want to have more length at the top. So I'm following the same pattern with my hands. I am going in, I'm pulling it up. I'm not going into the head, I'm pulling out from the head, and I am making sure that I have everything nice and blended. So as you can see, my comb does not dip towards the head. It is staying pretty straight to the floor, and I am making sure that I am just grabbing those corners. So once I have my corners cut, I go in and I double check. My comb turns to the side and I am double checking everything. Once I have that back cut, I'm going to go in and start pulling that hair from the crown into what I've already previously cut, because if I'm pulling it backwards and over directing it, I'm going to be able to get more length and have it still blend really seamlessly into that hair. So I'm making sure that everything is nice and seamless into the head, and I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So after I have everything blended on the sides, I go in and I trim my bangs. I don't worry about my bangs pretty much until last, because my bangs are not my main concern. My main concern is blending everything into the top. Unless the bangs are extremely long and we're going a lot shorter, I'm not going to go in and cut those bangs right away. So I've got everything blended in the crown and both sides to my number 3 guard. My last step is to cut these bangs and have it even at the top. So I am going in with my comb and I am just cutting underneath my comb everything that falls out. Once I have that completed, I'm going to pull up my mohawk section and I'm going to cut to the length of my bangs that I just cut. So I'm pulling up that mohawk section. Once I get to that bang length, I stop and I cut, and then I do the same thing all the way throughout my mohawk section. Once that section's complete, I'm going to leave out a little bit of the bangs, since we do have a little bit more of a thinner bang area on this client, and I'm going to over direct a little bit and kind of pull it towards the back. Remember, when we pull it towards the back and over direct, we're leaving length. And once I have that length set up, I'm going to start blending it into what I've already previously cut and blended with that 3 guard. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're pulling and we're cutting to the mohawk section length that we already cut, which is the same length as our bangs. We're leaving out a little bit of bangs because we have a bit thinner of an area, and he has white hair, so it does look a bit lighter. He does have a full head of hair though. So we're going in, pulling up, and then we're meeting our corners together with what we previously cut with that number 3 guard. Once we have all of that completed, I'm just going to go around and double check my corners, making sure that there is no extra hair sticking out and that everything is blended really nice and smooth. So I'm just going around and making sure that everything's blended into the number 3 guard and the top that we've already cut. After I've done that, I'm going to check his bangs, just kind of pulling over that corner and making sure we're not leaving them too heavy. We definitely want to keep it a little bit lighter, even though they are sparse in those areas. We don't want it to sit really heavy on the hair. So I'm making sure it's perfect the way he styles it and just double checking everything. And then, like I said earlier, on the other side, I'm just going to get that corner on the bangs and make sure there's no extra heavy weight. This is the end of our number 3 guard with shears blended into the top. I'm just going to clean off my client and go ahead and wash him. Thanks so much. I hope you liked this video. Make sure you check out the before and after, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.